Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again with another review. And today, I have the Elite head strap for the Meta Quest 2 VR goggles. Now, you might be asking yourself, do I really need this accessory? And is it worth it? And I'll answer both of those questions in this clip. But at the outset, let me just say, this may be the most important upgrade you ever buy for your VR goggles because it solves a lot of the issues with the original strap that really make it a lot easier to use the product. Now, before I get too deep into the review, I always like to start with an unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the kit, and that way you'll understand exactly what you get if you buy this product, and then I'll get into the details and show you how to add it to the goggles. So when you open up the box, you'll find the Elite strap and you'll find a series of manuals that explain how to use it, how to adjust it, so you get the best value out of the product. Now let me talk a little bit about why you'd replace the strap that came with the original VR goggles. For starters, these work great. There's nothing wrong with them. It's a nice cloth strap. It's easy to adjust it up top. It's got a Velcro here and a buckle in the back. And you'll find that as you move from person to person, you'll have to adjust that strap because everybody's got a different sized head. I certainly have a bigger head than my kids and my wife, so I've got to open it up. When my kids are wearing it, we've got to make it a little bit smaller. So the first advantage with this particular head strap is the fact that it's quick to make that adjustment. It really just turning that knob in the back cranks in on the head strap and brings it in nice and tight on your head, and it feels really secure when it's on there, and that's partially due to this cup in the back right here that sits on the back of your head. So that cup fits back here and you basically turn this knob. Now listen, hear that clicking? That's opening it, or I should say tightening it up, and you can loosen it turning it the other direction and there's no clicking. So you know that you're tightening it or loosening it depending on whose head you're putting it on. So the first advantage of this is a quick adjustment moving this from person to person. And let's be honest, when you're playing games on this VR headset, you've got a lot of people in the room and they're all anxious to get into the game, and the batteries only last so long, so you don't want to spend a lot of time adjusting the headset because the batteries will run down. So having this headband or this head strap allows you to really quickly make that adjustment to move from your son to your daughter to your wife to you to the cousin to Uncle Frank, whoever's playing the game. You can quickly adjust it. The second thing it does, and this is really important, is that it's a wonderful product, but it's top heavy in the front. It's got a lot of weight in the front. And this strap does an okay job, but you'll find that it pulls really tight against the back of your head, and you tend to have a really kind of a front heavy feeling when you have this on. And it's most noticeable when you're swinging your head side to side because you've got this weight in the front of your head that's not natural. Your head's pretty well balanced based on your biology, and now you've got this weight in the front. So when you swing your head side to side, you can really feel that goggle on your face, and more importantly, it can shift just a little bit to sort of destroy that whole virtual environment that you've immersed yourself in. With this unit, it's snug on your head, and it spreads that weight across the top of your head. So most of the weight is up top, and that strap pulling in tight on the front eliminates any light leakage in the front. It also keeps it firmly on your head. So when you turn your head, you don't feel the weight as much on the front of your face. You can turn your head, and it's a much more natural thing because, again, with this one, anything that's different than the virtual environment you're viewing will pull you out of that virtual environment. So having something hanging on the front of your face, you notice that, and it kind of, I don't know, it minimizes that virtual effect. So the second thing it does is allow you to make the, well, first thing, it make the adjustment quickly, and the second thing is it does a great job of balancing that weight across your entire face. Now, it couldn't be easier to add it to the unit. They've actually thought of this. So this unit snaps in where the original one was, and I'll show you how to do that now. So the first thing you'll want to do is actually take this cup off, the inside cup. This just pops out. This little foam cup comes out like that. And then the strap itself is held on by these two arms on the side and through a little loop in the front. So the first thing I do when I change it is I'll take this strap, Velcro open like that, and pull this out of the loop. Now be really careful when you're changing this that you don't scratch the lenses inside there, because those lenses are really the thing that gives you that virtual environment, so you got to be really careful. Now these come off pretty easily, and it's not obvious. It's explained in the manual, but I'll show you how easy it is. If you look on the back here, you'll see a little division right there between this piece of plastic and the actual piece itself. You'll want to grip it back here behind that actual piece and just twist it outward like this, and it'll snap off. Now, you're probably thinking, boy, I just broke that. Well, you didn't. It's designed to come off, so not a big deal. Do the same to the other side. Boom, and that's it. Now don't throw this out. Keep this around because you never know, you might need it if something happens to this strap. And to put this strap on, make sure you have this loop on the top and set it down on the table. And you want to make sure the strap, which is upside down right now, is coming out the top here as well. So you want this to come out the top, and you want that loop on the top. And the first thing I do is slide this through the loop, just like this. And once it comes through the loop, then you can actually pull it back about midway. You don't have to go all the way back. And just put it on the Velcro like that. And then it's just a simple matter of snapping these back on. Now, to be careful when you do this, you want to line the front of this cup right here in the front of this unit right there, and then snap it on just like this. So you'll basically put it on the front and then snap it on, and you'll hear it snap in like that. Then you can do the other side. Again, if you line up the front, it's a lot easier. Then just snap it on, and that's it. And now you've got the strap on the top, and you've got the knob in the back. So watch what happens when I adjust this. See how it's coming in? So if you've got kids, you can crank it in way in, nice and tight on their child's head. And if you got a guy like me that's bigger, just pull it out like that, and it'll fit my head. So it is just a matter of moving from person to person. You basically put it on your head like this, and then crank it in. Now I do want to mention, you got to put this back on, and I almost forgot to do that. So this just pops in like this. You put it back inside, and then you want to loosen this up first, make it a little easier. And then snap this back inside. And this cup is really just there to provide a little bit of foam against your face to make it really comfortable. All right, so now that I've got that in, let me show you how it fits. You put it over your head like this, and then when you crank it closed, I don't know if you can see this or not, but the back of my head, that cup is right there in my head, and it feels incredibly comfortable, and it also makes this an incredibly well-balanced product. Like right now, I know I feel it because there's weight there, but it's not like there's this extra heavy weight in the front that's weighing down on the top and weighing down in the back of my head. It really just gives you an incredibly comfortable feel. So for me, the adjustment, I know I look goofy. Let me take this off. The adjustment's important. That's probably the biggest advantage, is that I can move it really quickly between people, but I love the way it balances across the top of my head, and I think it's just a wonderful upgrade. So when I said before that this may be the most important upgrade you'll buy for your VR headset, I really meant it, because it really improves the experience. And if you spend any kind of time in here, because we not only play games with this, but we use it for distance learning, we use it for travel. We have a lot of travel applications where we'll go to exotic places and walk around and explore that area. So we spend a lot of time inside the goggles. Having a headset like this eliminates that feeling of having goggles on your head and just allows you to immerse yourself a little bit deeper into that environment. So I like it an awful lot, and I think you'll like it a lot too. So thanks an awful lot for watching. I hope you found this review helpful, and until next time, stay nerdy.